Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, it's happened again. We are doing it live and unplugged. Yeah baby. Shakedelic baby. This is a match in the Minions League playoffs, and it's gonna be a best of 5 of all things. This is going to be SoScared. He needs no further introductions. This is not your off-brand SoScared. This is the original with 100% taste and 100% crunchiness and 100% spam. Alright, and his opponent none other than Happy, who is from the British Isles and hasn't been bested thus far in the Minions League. He is still unbested after 18 games, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So this is going to be a fierce match for SoScared. It's going to be a bit dicey for him, but hey, if he can make the playoffs, he has a shot at taking a relegation spot, or taking a relegation spot from one of the masters. Let's put it that way. This is borrowed time, and we're having our spec train, a couple high-tier spectators such as Gatekeeper and Point 1, cleverly disguised as Point 0. Yeah, won't figure that out. So we're seeing SoScared with an early scouting squadron. Meanwhile, Happy just locking down the middle, as is tradition on borrowed time. Because this is one of the maps where you don't actually have that many vectors of approach. You are eventually going to run your army in, through this little crevice here, or you're going to go by the sides. Yeah, the map is kind of cramped, so I'm not that big of a fan. I like maps that have like the geometry in such a way, or arranged in such a way that you can flank. But so the flanks can be like with more complex geometry, but the actual middle I prefer to be open, so you can maneuver your units around. Yeah, just as a little aside here. SoScared with that's a weird build. Double power plant into a war factory rush. So this is actually just going to set him back a bit, because 8 seconds on the power plant, $300 in the early game. You're not exactly well stacked in terms of money. So Happy getting a good read on the base, gets to know the exact locations of pretty much everything, and there's gonna be a rush. Oh boy, he wants to finish this early, doesn't he? Or maybe not a rush, maybe just... Oh, he could find a rocket, doesn't find it. Luckily there are 2 more rifles, just safeguarding the rocket here. Yeah, but SoScared is going to be under a lot of pressure. Jeez, he can smell what's coming. He's seen the early rockets, he has seen the lots of early rifle infantry. Yeah, exactly, Gatekeeper knows what's up. He should have heard the rocket. Definitely. Maybe even saw it. Okay, he's getting a good read. So SoScared doing the scout as well. He doesn't see anything anymore. He sees a splattered corpse on his screen and no more line of sight, so rip. And that's, oh my lord, that's a light tank push supported with 5 rocket soldiers. So it all depends on the force fire. There's a light tank as well. Oh god, 1 barracks for SoScared. He has to place Did he just place the pillbox somewhere else? Oh my god, this game might just be over. SoScared has no way of producing barracks anymore, or producing... Jesus Christ, that was a bit brutal. GG. Welp, I was banking on this best of 5 series carrying me through at least an hour of casting, but for what it's worth, this is a 3-minute and 40 game. Alright, that was a bit special. See you in round 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Yikes, what a round 1, and we're back in round 2, the same map actually. It's loser's pick in the best of 5, so this was actually SoScared's deliberate pick. Take of that what you will. I would not consider it the best choice here, because the rush distance is just so short, and you can just funnel your units through here. Nothing to actually stop them. It's maybe as close as in sidestep. But SoScared is not gonna fall for this a second time, isn't he? Is that a... Wait a sec. He's going refinery first? Why? So in game 1, I think what broke his neck was actually cancelling the pillbox because it was short on money. And then, when the rush was there, Happy just immediately focused on the barracks, so no more no more pillbox spam there to defend. And game 2 is looking to head in the exact same direction here. We're seeing again the at least 10 or 15 stack of rifles, followed by a double barracks by Happy into a double refinery, into a refinery cell, and into a quick war factory for his first light tank. Actually, he could even do this with his second ore truck if he wishes. Would have the same effect here. And SoScared seems to be very prone to being rushed, because he's again going for a war factory from the looks of it. Let me have a look-see. Yep, that's the war factory, and we're seeing an exact repeat of game 1. So that's the thing with casting live. You never know, is it a good game? Is it gonna be over in 3 minutes and 40? Can't really tell. SoScared should have learned his lesson. He should have gone for more infantry and maybe a double ref opener as well. And poor scouting. Well, not really. He was just really unprepared when the rush hit, let's put it that way. So this time he's doing it in the right order. We're seeing double power plant after the war factory. Again. Happy just getting in with his scouts. Didn't see the barracks though, and that's... He's seeing it now, right? And there it goes, rebuild. What an interesting choice. Now look, if he were to just scale up here, and SoScared let him scale up here, and SoScared would get away with his early war factory opener, sure, this would be a great diversion. But alas, it isn't, because SoScared is now on 3 harvesters, and he's now producing. He must be floating. Not really floating, but he has cash. He has something too. And this time, SoScared, do not cancel your pillbox. I repeat, do not cancel your pillbox. Okay, this is a forward rally point. We know what's happening here. Alright, game 2 though, he should be prepared this time around. Come on. Mr. SoScared. I still remember those games that lasted for... I recently watched an old cast of mine that was maybe number 6, and now we're at 109. And cast number 6 was actually SoScared versus Murder the Ray, and they seem to have adopted a no rush 15 policy. The first engagement happened like 10 minutes in, and the game has surely shifted from there. Oh my lord. Oh, Grens though! They are focusing the harvester, but why? And here we have the APC. This is so brutal. Okay though, he needs to... Oh god, the APC has survived. Trying to focus fire down. And that's the barracks again. He's pulling the goalies. He's got so many harvesters. Well, you know what? It's actually still ahead in the eco. Oh god, he's pulling all the harvesters sans one. What is the APC focusing here? What's the focus fire? What's the vector, Victor? Oh god, evading again. The APC could have focused down the rocket soldiers ages ago. I don't know what SoScared was planning on doing there. Okay, at least he's got a barracks back up, so this time he's not gonna go quietly into this good night. He's not gonna go gently into this dark night here. What I'm trying to get at. Okay, APC finally being pushed out. So, where does that leave us? He's gotten a warfare, he's gotten a service depot up. Assets are in favor of Happy. I'd say it's just about even. And he's managed to stabilize. Problem is, there's going to be an expansion now in a very brief moment. Very momentarily. Also flipping around his rally points quite a bit. Okay. So, the flag truck's trying to harass something. There is no anti-armor in this group, so this seems to be a bit of a futile attempt. He must have cashed. Yeah, he's floating 2k. The hell? Here's the MCV. What is he producing from there? Should be a ref up. And double expansion for Happy, who's also pulling the harvesters. Pretty much of a standard macro move. But he can get flustered easily because, again, he just has less unit mass than what Happy is. And that's all attributed back to the early push there. He just couldn't get his mass up. So he's frantically spamming here. Might even be a base push. Maybe deploying a second refinery. Harv counts even at 6. Expansions out. Double MCV though. So as soon as he sees this, SoScared, I don't know if he's got the cash to go for tech. Because that's the only thing that would dislodge Happy at this stage in the game. He simply has more unit mass. Yeah. No bueno. Scouts that there is a base. He won't like what he's seeing there. He should have parked flak trucks and stopped the deployment of the con yard. That would have been a good move. So now, Happy is just in a commanding position. He's got the macro refinery up. He's got 3 con yards, 3 actual ones. No fake con yard here. And SoScared just doesn't know where to defend. Oh, okay, he's at least gonna get a consolation prize there. One of the rockets falling prey. Okay. Wow, that's actually a very cost-efficient hold here. The Tesla coil and the flame tower together, just working in unison to deflect the push. And this is gonna clue SoScared in to move out. Is he floating? Yeah, he's floating 4K, and that's all the assets that he doesn't have. 44K for Happy. 40. Ah, that's the radar dome though. Alright, alright. Catching out rocket soldiers, always a nice little bonus. And rip flak trucks. Pop goes the weasel. So he's got a bit of a pushing power, a bit of a force here. It depends on the vector, but if Happy engages with his tank up front, he's going to take this engagement easily. Hands down, in comes the infantry blob. One more shot, yeah. Okay, he's at least gonna trade the heavy tank off. It's always good to keep the heavy tank count of your opponent low. Keep your enemies close and their heavy tank count low. As the old saying goes. Oh my god. He's gonna get caught on all ends with his pants down. Doesn't know where to go with the yak even. Ooh, that was a bit close. Okay, V2 spam commence. Oh. Not very good. Landing on the house as well, landing on the roof. Yeah, the pullback timing was good, but SoScared was already super behind at this stage of the game. Why isn't he producing V2s? What's the play here? Another MCV when he's that behind. Huh. There's also a lot of flamers. He's banking on holding this here with mass flame towers. Let's see how this is gonna play out. Obviously Happy just moving to camp another ore patch. Live to camp another day is what he's trying to get at here. At least he's got tabs on the army. There's a radar dome deployed, not scouted yet. Yeah, V2s as well, that's a good choice here. Radar tech has been revealed as evidenced by the airfield. We're having a bit of a lag spike as well. Oh, and so many idle harvesters up top. It's like 5 harvesters on a completely depleted mine. Ugh. Oh yeah, he can get this. Easy mode. Nice. No, the flames aren't gonna track. SoScared. Move your army. SoScared, not like this. Oh god. He got to actually deploy. That's so bad. In come the macro harvesters. Welp. Rip. Rip and peppuccinos. And there is a lot of yellow on this map already. A 65k on over 37, yeah, GG. SoScared needs to step up his game. Needs to do something for game 3, or it's all over. Okay, can he recover? Find out after the commercials.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, it's round 3, it's loser's pick again, and this is SoScared's home turf. This is where he shines, because he has designed this map himself, the man behind the map. Yeah, it's agenda, and this is the revision without the crazy FCOMs that used to get in the way and be super obnoxious. Or not obnoxious, they just used to be such points of high congestion that if you lost them, you lost the game, and that was obnoxious about that. Okay, so at least he's opening up with the racks this time around. This map leaves you no other choice than to just spam off your racks. Spam to your heart's content. Because if your opponent gets 8 oil derricks and 2 hospitals over you, it's all over but the crying. So yeah, this time I hope he goes for double ref, because this is the only map where double ref, or this is the only OpenRA that really makes sense on this map. You can get away with a with some early vehicle pressure, but I actually like this more as allies than I do as Soviets. So the first engagement has been found by SoScared. Happy being a bit too greedy, overstepping his boundaries, and just going too deep in general with his rifles there. Like, if you go across the half of the map into the opponent's territory, you have to prepare for your opponent to be there before you. And yeah, that's kind of what won SoScared the little skirmish here. Again a scout. This time though, SoScared is prepared. Yeah, this time he's not gonna scout anything but the Conyard. And if your opponent scouts you like this, you can always assume it's going to be lots of pressure onto your main base. So we know this thing about moving infantry. Whoever moves first loses. Might get a rifle infantry with the... Oh yeah, capturing the hospital is a smart move. I like that. Oh my god though. No, not like this. And now he's moving in there and completely gonna botch the engagement. That is unlucky. Nice force fire action coming out though. This trade went horribly. Okay. That was a bit too much force fire. Yeah, this leaves Happy in just a stellar position. He's got all the map control he ever wants. He can get every single oil derrick on the map. Jesus Christ. This is just brutal. Okay, there's an engineer as well, going to try and recover. And unfortunately, SoScared hasn't spawned as allies, because the ranger is something that can pull off miracle comebacks with your early ranger, running around decapping structures again, and thus just denying your opponent the economical advantage. But as it stands, he is in a dire spot. This is the dire dogs here. Yeah, the first 2 games just didn't go his way. Or, to put it with the Happy Mask salesman, you've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? At least getting a consolation derrick. APC up as well. And SoScared just not prepared. He doesn't have a single rocket in his pocket. This is bad. Bad news. You should expect an armored vehicle out of Happy. It's like his standard line of play, where after 2 harvesters or after double ref, he goes for an early vehicle, apply pressure, and oh, the rocket's though out of position. Anyway. Okay, this time SoScared is playing the smart game. He's not gonna take the engagement. He's instead just going to fortify here. Nothing to be done about the decap. He doesn't have a ranger. No ranger danger. 5 harvesters over 4. So the early war factory just giving him an extra harvester, but this is just... The extra harvester is going to be offset by the fact that there are 5 derricks now, or 5th derrick incoming. He's pulling his vehicle off the front lines, but there is no way for SoScared to scout this at the time being. So he's going APCs as well. That's a really smart idea, considering how blob-centric Happy plays. The APCs are the best units at crushing, like hands down. What is he going for here? The engineer should still be around somewhere. Yeah, okay. Let's capture the hospital, at least. Spotter infantry falling. And that is gonna clue SoScared in. Oh my god. No, please no. Don't be this out of position. No! Gatekeeper is calling it as well. Oh, no. This is just no bueno. So, I'm going to predict the future, guys. Let me do it. Happy, let me read in my hands. Let me read the lines in my hands. So Happy is gonna deploy a macro refinery here. Pop. Refinery, pop. There it goes. And then he's gonna move out into the main base and try base push. Meanwhile, SoScared is having his expansion backwards. and trying to scramble for some eco. Oh, okay. Not going too deep. That may even be a Tesla. No, just a flame tower. But at this stage of the game, SoScared doesn't have the tech. I would call it. I'm calling this game. This is loss number 3. Unfortunate as it may be, but SoScared, a brilliant player, but he's just not. He just hasn't practiced for a long time. He has been off streaming for a bit, and Happy is someone who has consistently played and has consistently played well, as evidenced by not having lost a single game in Minions. And there are people like Omnom in Minions. I think the game versus Omnom, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the game versus Omnom was a different story. I think they both didn't play and took a strike or something like that. So a huge army. Let's just check the asset difference, shall we? 46k over 38k. Yikes. Yikes. And here comes the flank. Okay, he's trying to go in. Trying to harvest. Oh, the harvester hunt is... That's a nice split indeed, yeah. He's not going to be able to deal with the... Oh no, double Tesla coils. Let's some. That was actually really good by SoScared. Really smart. I like what he was doing there. Not gonna kill the refinery though, not in time. Oh. And the APC gets crushed just ahead of its time. Unfortunate. Yeah, that was good though. He was at least applying some pressure, and he's gonna take Happy's army off the front lines. At least army number 1. Army number 2, however, has found the Conyard, the expansion Conyard, and not much chasing power, but it didn't matter. SoScared was on triple Conyard. Wow, didn't even notice. So he just has no ore patch to go. At this stage of the game, this is GG. Massive army in the middle, massive army up top side, still camping his ore patch, and SoScared just doesn't know where to go. Again, I like that he's mixing in the flamers. The reason for that being, he could go for his surprise speciale. Oh, what? Oh, he's trying to deploy. There's a hijacker. Come on, this shouldn't work. No. No, sir. Hot diggity. With the engineer as well. That's a bit of a special rally point. So here he needs good crushes. That's all he really needs. The APC needs to go in first. Oh, not a single crush has been had. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. And army number 3 is going in deep. Probably going to finish the job here. SoScared just being pulled apart by the strings. Oh, the raid attack just hitting the field at the worst time possible. So many tanks here. That's Conyard number 2 going down. GG being called. Yep, that's a bit brutal. GG. So, ew, yikes, what's the color? That color scheme. So yeah, Happy, as you can see here, like, we need to talk about this for a bit. Really good macro. As you can see here, he's just leaving 1 harvester at each depleted ore node, and that's because they're just gonna produce or yield as much ore as 1 harvester is gonna soak up. So very good macro. As you can see here, he's never oversaturated, which is something that I tend to forget sometimes as well. That's kind of the macro gameplay side of things. And on the full ore nodes, that's gonna have a lot of ore. He's got 3 harvesters, and he would move them eventually over there, so he can just harvest the entire map without SoScared ever touching him. Anyway, on to game 4.
Battle control terminated.